So, Solana and XRP, why they don't compete but work together. Over the past couple of months, more people have noticed news about Solana and XRP. For many, this feels confusing because, Solana is associated with speed, DeFi, applications,
and Web3.
XRP is associated differently with banks, with payment systems, with financial
infrastructure.
Totally separate utility. ISO 222, XRP, Solana not ISO 222, so not legit. All the time confusion happens. Yeah? Let me explain why does XRP show up in the Solana ecosystem and not the other
way around.
There was no merger, there was no migration, and there was no replacement of any other blockchain by another. No layers, no mixing, etc. Both separate systems cooperating together because it is about
interoperability.
XRP became usable inside applications, ecosystems like Solana. Why? Usually through wrapped assets or liquidity bridges necessary, not to change XRP ledger anyhow, but to extend its utility into application layers.
Once again,
XRP was used in the Solana ecosystem in order to extend its utility into the application layer. To understand what this makes, we need to understand in the first beginning one first issue. Solana and XRP ledger were never designed for the same
work.
Solana and XRP were never designed for the same work. Why? Because Solana and XRP don't compete, they need to cooperate together. Interoperability, remember
that word.
Solana and XRP ledger, they play fundamentally different roles. To repeat my previous movies, Solana is an application layer, a smart contract environment, a place where users interact together by clicking, trading, and using apps. It's an application layer, a smart contract environment, a place where users interact, click, trade, and use apps together. It is designed for speed, scale, user experience, DeFi, NFTs, tokenization. This is handling Solana. This is the logic behind it. And listen, in all of these things which I mentioned regarding Solana, there is no payment system, payment infrastructure, financial transfer money. Why? Because Solana is not designed for that role. Right? It is designed for application, DeFi, NFTs, for speed scaling application.
Environment.
And ISO 222 is considering certification between the communication between banks. It is certificating companies which are exchanging transformation and information between banks in financial environment strictly. Therefore, Solana is not needed to be ISO 222. And now XRP comes to the role. XRP ledger, settlement layer, institutional infrastructure, ecosystem built for money and payments in liquidity. It is designed for finality, reliability, currency bridging between different currencies, institutional finance, and XRP handles settlements, which Solana
does not.
So how they can cooperate together, these both different functionalities. This is the critical part of that movie. Applications, logic, and financial settlements are not the same thing. That is why Solana does not need ISO 222, like I mentioned before, because it is not a bank. It is not communicating between banks like ISO 202 is referring to. But XRP, on the other hand, is designed exactly for that moment, when an operation becomes a real financial payment. Now, let's make this really concrete. The application on Solana, right? Imagine a platform built on Solana that tokenized a real-world asset. For example, can be a bond, right? An obligation bond, or an invoice, or a project share, whatever. Solana is doing that. So, open the app, clicks buy, and sees the token, sees the price, and then, as this stage is done, everything happens on Solana, right? Until that, all the stages happen on Solana, because this is an application level transaction. So you did all of that, you purchased your bonds, your shares, your tokenized project, and you would like to pay for that. You cannot handle that because you cannot pay within Solana ecosystem straight, because it goes through banks. So you did all the stages within the Solana ecosystem while purchasing, but you didn't pay physically for that what you wanted to purchase in the first beginning, right? So smart contract logic, application UX, and on-chain execution were done by Solana, and this is all about that. Now, Solana done, you did all of that. Step 2, the critical transaction. Financially. There comes XRP. At the same point, funds must be settled. One party uses euros, the second party uses different currency. Real fiat enters the picture, institutions are involved, and this moment. This is no longer just a blockchain transaction. This becomes a financial payment, a normal financial payment on an institutional settlement, real money movement. So the step C between Solana transaction, there comes XRP. It enters the stage not before transaction, no, instead of Solana, and not for users. XRP is behind the scenes. You don't see, you don't use it, you have only the transactions done in the hidden scene. XRP acts as a liquidity bridge, enables fast and financial settlements, communication within the financial systems. It meets all the institutional standards like ISO 222, and the users does not even see XRP, right? You pay, you do the transaction based on the first stages on Solana, and you pay for that, not seeing XRP. It doesn't need to be seen. You don't need to know XRP was even used. What you see is only the transaction completed. Exactly like today. You don't see SWIFT, you don't see clearinghouses, you don't see settlement layers. But they are here, because when you do a transaction with a Visa card, with a normal payment, you don't see all the layers which are involved in the shipment transfer of the money payment. After the settlement, Solana receives confirmation. The smart contract finalizes. The token is delivered, right, to the user, and the whole process is fast, invisible, and frictionless. And this is how modern finance infrastructure is supposed to work. This is why Solana and XRP do not need to be competing. They do not fight for the same role. Solana handles applications. XRP handles financial settlements. The user, on the other hand, sees simplicity.